And the Los Angeles Chargers ready to get us started. The Aussie punter and kickoff man, Michael Dixon. And off we go to wrap up this Sunday of action. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
Now the first carry for Cam Akers. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Second and
10.
At the 25-yard line.
Now Jackson. Flush to his right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Here's Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jackson. Flushed out right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 27-yard line. It's a gain of 34. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed. They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. And a screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up the 4th down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. And Jackson throwing once more. Steps away to his left. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the 1st. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now Jackson on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Here's a run with Akers on second down. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Here's Jackson to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down. Trying to do a little too much. Getting outside of the pocket. And it results in a sack. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter. 4th down. Here's Jackson. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Oh, a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this, it's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Flush to his right. And this is incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jackson dancing to his left. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up.
And he is such a tough quarterback to defend because you got to remember, arguably, he's more dangerous outside the pocket than he is in it. But how about the job they did defensively to stay with the receiver and knock the ball away? I think they had a sigh of relief there because oftentimes when he gets outside the pocket,
and Browns get it for a Charger touchdown. Marquise Brown there to make the grab. And the Chargers have taken a first quarter lead. And he's a little bit on the short. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. Trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete. I thought the days of the fake extra point were numbered once they moved these kicks back to the 15. Apparently, I was mistaken.
Yeah, I was wondering who was ever going to try to do this. In fact, I quit wondering. I didn't think it would ever happen.
Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Play action, Locke. There's Jalen Reagor, his first NFL catch. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 6-0 our score after one.
With the score, Chargers 6, Cowboys nothing.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. They fake the handoff, now Locke. Open target here, Darius Slayton. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Locke. Flushed out right. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was looking for Matt Breida out of the backfield. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
10 at the 21-yard line.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards there, 1st down. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The ball on the 8. Still could get a 1st down technically. 2nd and he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Cowboys are now just an extra point away from moving out in front. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back. Tremendous poise. Confidence never lost. And obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. First throw now for the backup Allen. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And took the ball off course.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
After the turnover, here's Locke. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys. Mecole Hardman, 71 yards. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. But they're hoping that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jackson escaping the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Rashawn Gary able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
It's 3rd.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space. And trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And now look at this. Big gain. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Matt Breida ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. I thought as that was developing that he might actually keep it, but the right decision, obviously, to hand the football off.
And some teams do a really nice job of taking a little bit longer at the mesh point, meaning where he's going to hand it off or keep it. Sometimes they ride him maybe a step longer than others. That allows him to make the proper decision and have the right person end up with the ball.
And it paid off with a long touchdown run.
Ball on the return. The Chargers take over 1st and 10. At their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, the changes momentum.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Jerry Tillery. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11.
It's second down.
2nd and 21. A lot of ground to cover. Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And it's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Tackle made there by Kiko Alonso.
1 yard.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Darius Slayton there to make the grab. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate, and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this with PG.
SEC violation.
No doubt.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well,
this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 36 yards on the play.
At the 39.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Hines, the ball carrier.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down bringing in an extra defensive back. They run with Hines. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Steps away. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown. DK Metcalf there to make the grab. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2, they don't get it. So now, Charles, 2 touchdowns, 2 tries at 2-point conversions, and both fail.
And you want to say, let's go ahead and run the kicker out there from now on, but the problem is you're chasing points at this stage. So now you got to dial up more 2-point conversions and hope you're successful from here on out.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Boys take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys. Mecole Hardman ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times.
Now, loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Cowboys. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
I think what we just saw there with that fumble return is the increased emphasis on taking the ball away from another team. And no one wants to just fall on in football anymore, do they? They want to take it and try.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Leonard Fournette as the first half is winding down. And this offense is running away with this one.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
10 at their own 29-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll be third down. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, the good news, they got the stop defensively. The bad news, this is a huge hole that they're in right now. How do they start to dig out of it?
That's a great question because we're not even going to talk about how do they win it, right? We want to see how they can kind of claw back and at least make themselves feel better about the game because this one is likely out of reach, but maybe one possession at a time. Try and play a little bit better and have some respect when you come out of the game.
A 2nd and 11 from the 19. This time Jackson will throw it. He's going deep for Brown. Jackson will be intercepted. Picked up by Eli Apple. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
This has been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for them. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for them here.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. Leonard Fournette ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And this offense continues to pour it on. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Cowboys 49, Chargers 12.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this carries into the end zone. And he brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 38. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Leonard Fournette 31 yards. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Cowboys 56.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Takes this about 5 yards deep. They're only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Eli Apple. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They keep it with Fournette on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
8-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Cowboys 63.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Jerry Tillery able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. He's able to out-muscle him here as he pulls it in. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Montez Sweat in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and forever.
When I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball, they've been unsuccessful all night.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Chargers' 20-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Taking it in from the 20. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. And he just tied the NFL record on that 5th rushing touchdown. He's the 6th man ever to do that in a single game.
And, partner, did you just say that he tied an NFL record there?
Yes, sir.
I mean, we're talking 5 touchdowns on the ground against an NFL-caliber defense.
Is that good?
I'd say that's fantastic. What a game for him.
It really is something. We are watching quite the effort.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And this showing really not a good one on either side of the ball, but still 3 more preseason games to follow and a lot to play for here for the guys on the... And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Jerry Tillery in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. To throw is Jackson on the move to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And now here's another interception. Picked off by the rookie Isaiah Simmons. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. They'll go with a big bank Fournette, and he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. Leonard Fournette denied on 4th and goal, and the Chargers hold tight down near the goal line. stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Locke, he's set to take a knee, and that should do it for this ball game.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the Chargers' 9-yard line. Tonight's final score.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.